Welcome, Debbie. Happy Sunday. Hope you're
Hi.
well. Hi. So for today's session, I want to do something a little bit different. Just look at some memories that have come up around food. And I know that we've had a little chat earlier, and I know that you find in that food like a constant thought, something that's on your mind constantly, and wanting to move away from that, so that when you're in your when you're going about your day-to-day thoughts and your day-to-day things, you've not got that thought constantly about food that is there. So what I'd like to do today, just having obviously chatted with you over the last few weeks that we've been working with the emotional release, I want to focus on the moment in time when those locks were on that cupboard. And I think just thinking about everything you've been through in terms of your relationship with food and having that restriction, at the point of that restriction, that as a child would have been quite impactful for you. It would have been, I'm wanting that food, but I can't have that food. And what
Mm.
can happen is it's quite similar to what happened like post-war, when before the war, or sorry, during the war, people were rationed. I've still got my nonna's old ration book, and it was that restriction, that restriction. No matter how much you wanted that thing, you couldn't have it because you was only allowed a certain amount. Quite similar to what you've experienced, in that even though that desire, that wanting is there, you can't have it because that lock is on that cupboard. So what I want to do first of all is just look at that memory, look at repositioning some of those thoughts all around that, see what comes up around that, and then helping you within hypnosis just to calm down that desire for food, that thought of that food just being on like a constant turning wheel. We're going to look at that too. So are you happy to go into hypnosis? Are you ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So just close your eyes for me and just allow yourself to relax. Just feel that ground under your feet, and then you're safe in this moment now, and just allow that hypnosis just to spread through your body now. Just allow that hypnosis, that wonderful hypnosis, to drift all the way down. Feeling calm within your special place. And I want you to imagine, only imagine, a wonderful pathway. And as you look down this pathway, you see doors on both the left hand side and the right hand side. And I want you to just look at those doors. And as you see those doors, I want you to see numbers on those doors. And those numbers on those doors represent an age in your life. And I want you to look down now. Those doors, those numbers in those doors, just reduce down. It brings you all the way back right to birth. And I want to ask your subconscious mind now just to look for that number on that door that represents that time in your life when those locks were placed on those doors, those locks that were placed out of frustration from your mother, just so that you couldn't eat those foods that you knew that maybe weren't serving you, it wasn't helping you. And that was a decision that your mother made to try and help you in that moment in time. So I want you to look down those doors and look down at the numbers on those doors, and just give me that number that represents that time in your life when those locks were placed on those cupboards to stop you from eating that food. Just give me the number, please.
I can't be exact, but 12 is what came up.
Thank you. Wonderful. So in a moment, I'm going to walk you down now. I'm going to walk you down to that door with that number 12 on it. And you're just going to observe what's happening. We're just going to look at those emotions that are coming up when you look at yourself in that younger body, experiencing those feelings that are coming up. And I just want you to just know that as you walk down now, you're feeling those steps under your feet, you're feeling calm, you're feeling safe as you walk down to that door. And just nod to let me know when you're outside that door, please, with that number 12 on. Thank you. And I want to ask your amazing subconscious mind, are you happy to go into that place and enter that door, so you can meet with your younger self and just try and understand what is happening in this moment. Nod your head if you're happy to do that, please. Thank you. Wonderful. So I want you to open that door and just walk in to meet your younger self. And I want you to just tell me what you can see in that moment now, please.
I can see like the type of chocolate biscuits, like the Kit Kats and the Cub bars, and all in a cupboard, and then the pantry itself with all the other sort of dried foods and stuff, and then the door to the pantry, and then like you go in the pantry and then you see like the padlock on the little cupboard inside.
Right, so is a little padlock on the cupboard that has the Kit Kats and all the chocolatey sweet things on?
Yeah, and then like all the other like the flour and the raisins and the whatever else you keep in a pantry, dried foods, is on all the shelves.
Right, thank you, wonderful. And I want you to ask you just to take a look. I want you to take a look around that food, around that kitchen, all those things that you see in those cupboards. And I want to ask in this moment now, those foods, those nutritious foods, those foods that you would maybe have for lunch and dinners and breakfast, like cereals, maybe bread, maybe meats, vegetables, all those foods, are they restricted in this memory when you look at this moment in time?
I feel whatever I eat will be looked at and commented.
Right. So it doesn't matter in this moment that you're in now, whatever that food is that you eat, that whatever you eat, there's going to be that intensity about what you're eating.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And I want you to just answer me that all those foods, those other foods that you would have, not those sweet foods, just like normal foods that you would have on a breakfast, lunch and dinner, are they restricted in this memory?
No, not necessarily, but it's just the whole comments thing.
Right, thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. So in this memory now, do you see that cupboard?
Yeah.
I want you to just walk over to your younger self, your 12-year-old self. And I want you to tell her those things that she needed to hear in this moment. I want you to go and reassure her and tell her that it's okay. And she's going to be loved, nurtured. That there'll come a moment in time when those locks will no longer be on those cupboard doors. I'm just going to give you a moment of private. You don't have to verbalise these words. Just tell her what she needed to hear in that moment, please. Once you've done that, just nod your head to let them know that you've done that, please. Thank you, wonderful. And I want you to turn to her, and as she looks at you with those big eyes and smiles, this is just a moment in time that she's actually heard what you've had to say. And as she's heard all those words, she feels comforted in knowing that it's going to be okay. You tell her it's going to be okay. And I want you to just reach out to her and just give her a big, big hug. And just nod to let me know that you've done that, please. Wonderful, thank you. And now I want you to turn to her and tell her that you've got the key to that lock. And that she doesn't need to stay there in that memory as a 12-year-old child. That she can be freed from that emotional pain of knowing that food's been restricted, of all those things around food, all that noise, all that intensity about what you're eating, that you're going to give her this key, and as soon as she turns that key in that lock, it's almost like she's been been imprisoned all this time. As soon as she takes that key and turns it in that lock, she's going to be free from all of that intensity of that moment in time. She's going to be free from all those thoughts of being a 12-year-old child. So I want you to give her that key now. And I want you to tell her it's okay and that she can turn that key in that lock. So just nod to let me know when you've done that, please. Thank you. I want you to see your 12-year-old self just taking that lock off that cupboard and opening that cupboard so you can see all those things with her as you stand with her now, those clubs, those Kit Kats. Just allow her to open that cupboard. You're going to tell her that there'll be a time that she'll be able to have those foods freely when she desires those foods. And there'll be no intensity. Just tell her it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I want you to just scan your body as you're with her. Just scan your body, Debbie. Just tell me any emotion, any sensation that's coming up in your body now as you're with her in that moment, in that memory, please. Feeling anything in your chest, any tightness in your tummy, your head. Just scan your body and tell me if anything's coming up for you.
I suppose we just, hands and feet just feel tight, tight together.
So your hand like tied together or tight together?
Like, yeah, well, a bit of both, like still locked.
They're still locked, right, okay.
Together, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So now what I want you to stand there. I want you to stand there and just tell me if you can smell anything as well in that moment in time.
It's a little bit of a slight damp smell because it's the top of the cellar head. But yeah, it's just like, it smells a bit like home. Right. And it's not like a fresh food smell, but it's hard to describe, but it's just like, have you ever had, I don't know if anybody's ever had a pantry, but there is just like a smell of like slight sort of baking-y smell. Not bacon, baking.
Yeah, wonderful. So now what I want you to focus on that memory and just keep your eyes closed, just focus on that memory. And I want you to tell me as you look around in that memory.
Because it's all cramped as well. So I think that still feels tight.
On your body, yeah. So I want you to focus now, Debbie. And I want you to tell me as you bring that memory to mind with your eyes closed, are you still in your body? Are you looking out from your body as if you're looking out through your eyes? Are you looking down at your arms? Are you looking down at your legs? Are you still in your body looking out from your eyes as you see those things in that cupboard?
It's a bit confused. I think at first I was like looking up as if I was small.
Yeah.
But because my mum still lives there, I can also see it how it is now. With there's no, that cupboard is still there. There's no door on it, and she actually still keeps biscuits in there.
Right. So I want you to focus, Debbie. I want you to really focus. As you felt that tightness in your hands and in your legs, almost like that restriction, as you smell that musty smell of that pantry and those baking goods, I want you to just focus and just imagine when you bring that memory to mind of that cupboard with that lock on, that restriction. I want you to tell me, are you still in your body? Are you looking out from your eyes onto that cupboard with that lock on? When you look down, can you see your arms? Can you see your legs? Just really focus.
No, I think I just see like a little girl with brown hair and the skirt and the things. So I'm not really in there.
Right, thank you. So you're on the outside looking in, wonderful. So just keep your eyes closed, Debbie. Just keep your eyes closed. And I want you to just imagine just looking at that, like you said, from the outside. and you're looking at that little girl in that memory with that lock on the door, with all those things around you, all those sensations. And I want you to just imagine just placing that memory as if you're looking at a Netflix film on TV. Just do that now. Once you've done that, just nod your head to let me know that you've done that, please. Thank you. So now I want you to drain all that colour out. Just drain all that colour out and turn it to black and white. Bring that memory to mind. And when you bring that memory to mind, I want you to scan your body and tell me if you can still feel anything around your hands, anything around your legs.
I just feel freer now, yeah.
So when you say it feels freer, I want you to be really specific. Before, you said that when you brought that memory to mind, you felt like a tightness around your hands, around your legs. How does your hands feel now?
I mean, they feel like I've got awareness of them, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I feel a bit freer now, a bit more relaxed.
So when you say you feel a bit more relaxed, are you feeling any? Because before, when you described this, you said that you felt like you was almost like it was tied together, and your hands were tied together. Has that sensation gone now when you scan your body? Just close your eyes, just focus. When you scan your body, and you bring that memory to mind, when you scan your body, are you feeling any restriction around your hands and around your ankles and legs?
No, I think I feel a bit feel freer now, yeah. Feel like I want to walk.
Wonderful, that's wonderful. And just open your eyes now. When you bring that memory to mind, do you feel any emotional pain around that?
I mean, like you say, I'll always remember, and it's tied to other things as well. But I think that specific thing I can let go.
Wonderful. You can have a drink now, Debbie.